right now. So if you were to see a male body, okay, there's only 2 legs. Yeah. Yes, Arhan. So here you have a male body, and here let's say you have a female body. All right. Yes, Walaikum Islam. Okay. So let's say here is a female body. Miss Ahmed is there. Yes, Ahmed. Assalamu alaikum. Okay. So we were doing chapter cell, and 2 points were, one point important point was left in the chapter, that is regarding to cell division right now. So
we discussed it.
yeah, we discussed it, but there was a few important points to be made in the in this topic. Okay, we actually reversed the definition. In case of mitosis, we studied about meiosis. Getting it now? So I'm rediscussing this. All right. So say you have got a male body, you have example of female body as well. All of them have got similar organs right now. So take example of their skin, right? So from their, let's say from their hand, we have taken a sample of tissue, right? So in the tissue, you will be seeing that all the cells are alike now. Cells are alike. Yes, guys. Arhan Ahmed. Arham isn't here. Okay, please do tell me. Will their cells be not equal? Ahmed and Arhan.
They will be.
They will be
Yes,
equal.
sir.
Whether you take the tissue of the male or tissue of the female, the cells are alike. Yes, no. But if you wait to take the gamete cells from their body, right now we have talked about the gamete cells present in them. Like the male has got sperm cells, while the female had got ovum now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, sir. So Aram, we were basically talking about that male and female got have same tissues, like the cells of the tissues, you will be seeing that they are alike in nature, right? They have got same materials in them. I am taking a tissue sample from the hand of this person. All the cells will be almost alike, almost similar. Their composition will also be similar. But here's the thing. If I were to take their gamete cells, the cells that are responsible in the process of reproduction. So I have got the sperm cells and ovum cells. What is the difference I will be seeing in both of them? So sperm cells will be having only half the number of chromosomes.
Yes,
Half
sir.
number of chromosomes of this male. Right now?
Yes, sir.
Chromosomes. This ovum will also be having half of the chromosomes. So I am saying here that a full grown, is not full grown, basically a human has got 46 chromosomes in their cell. In all the cells, they have got 46 chromosomes. Whether you take cell of the hair, whether you take the cell of their skin, or whether you take the cell of their bone, they will be having how many chromosomes, Ahmed?
Yes, sir.
They will be having how many chromosomes?
23.
23 pairs.
Yes.
23 pairs, you know. So that means
Yes, sir.
46 chromosomes. But if you were to look at the sperm cells, or if you were to look at the ovum cells, they will be having only half number of chromosomes. Meaning what? 23 and 23. Getting it now?
3.
Yeah. Now,
3, 6.
interestingly, now, yes, Ahmed, you were saying something?
Yes, sir. I'm saying that 23 is 6 chromosomes, right?
Exactly. 23 and 23 here. Okay. But the interesting thing, now, guys, you will be seeing that out of 23 also, you will be seeing that 22 of them will be same. Okay, Arham, you are disconnecting. Yeah, yeah, sure. I will be explaining it again. Okay. But let me just conclude the point, then I will revise this for all of you. Okay. So it will be having 22 same chromosome, but it will be having a one different chromosome. So it will be having X22, plus X or 22 plus Y type of chromosome, while this female will not be having only 22 plus X chromosome only. Now, here what basically I said that, or I'm revising this, the tissues, whether you take sample of hair, skin or bone, whether it's of male or female, just take a sample of tissues. In them, you will find that all the cells are similar to each other. Their composition are same. They will be having same cytoplasm, same nucleus. Everything will be same. But if I were to
Yes.
take the sex cells, the sperm or the ovum, you will be seeing in them the number of chromosome will be half. While if I were to take the cell of the same person from his skin, it will be having 46 chromosomes, while the sperm it will be having 23 chromosomes. In that 23 chromosomes also now there is further one more division, that 22 chromosomes are alike, they look like same, but there's one difference here. They will be either having X chromosome in them, they will be having either Y chromosome in them. Now, what is the thing here, sir? Because you see now, the sperms are also of two types. One that carries X type of chromosome in them, one that carries Y type of
Why?
chromosome in them. Right now. So here's the thing here. And we already know in the previous chapter, we have talked about that if the sperm carrying X chromosome were to fertilize the ovum,
Yes, sir.
then a female is
Yes, sir.
born. And if the sperm
Yes,
carrying
sir.
Y chromosome were to fertilize the ovum, then a male is born.
Yes, sir.
Getting it now? So XY means male here, XX here means female. Now, the question here is that, coming back to our main topic, that is cell division, that how the cells of the hair, skin and bone are dividing, and how the cells of the how the cells like sperm and ovum, how they divided. That is the interesting
Yes.
question here. So here the first method, that is mitosis. Here you will be seeing that the parent cell divided into two daughter cells. Getting it now? And they are
Yes.
having same type of chromosomes. So let's say this is a cell from the muscle. Yeah. So after division, basically it goes through several phases of division also. There is prophase,
Yes.
metaphase, anaphase, interphase, but you don't have to study about that. Okay, simply study about this. There's cytokinesis takes place and karyokinesis takes place. Like first the cytoplasm will divide and then the nucleus will divide, guys. Right now?
Yes, sir.
Or even if it's confusing, you can leave that as well. Just remember this thing, that the parent cell divides into two daughter cells and they are identical. No.
Yes.
Identity, what is it? We know in terms of cell, when we talk about cells, yeah, sorry, identity is not carried by what? The genes now, the chromosomes now,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
right? So it means they have got same number of chromosomes. It will be having 46, it will be also having 46 chromosomes. Getting it now?
Yes.
And
Yes,
also,
sir.
if it's a male, if I have taken this cell muscle from a male, in that also now, I will be seeing that they will be having same type of chromosome.
Yes, sir.
Getting it now?
Yes.
Or even if it was cell from a if you were to take the cell from a female also, then also they will be having same type of chromosome. So basically, to conclude that mitosis is the process cells use to make exact replicas, to make their exact replicas. Getting it, guys?
Yes, sir.
It is
Yes,
observed
sir.
in almost all the body cells, whether you take sample from eye, skin, hair, muscle cells, right? Arham, Arhan, and Ahmed. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Then you have other examples. See, figure number 2 here. Just observe this and do tell me. From your observation, what do you observe here? This is the
Which
So
parent
figure
cell.
2.
Your figure 2 parent cell, and these are the daughter cells. What can you infer from it? Whoever has to say it. Yes, Ahmed, any observation?
No, sir.
Okay, just simply look at the number of daughter cells now. How many cells are there?
Yes, there are 4 daughter cells.
There are 4 daughter cells.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And also look at the number of chromosomes in them. Do they seem does it seem that they have got equal share of chromosomes? Yeah.
No, sir.
No, they don't have equal share of chromosomes. So the number of chromosomes is also getting divided here. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So the another type of cell division that is meiosis here, you see, is sperm or egg cells are produced
Yes.
instead of identical daughter cells, as you were saying in mitosis. So in mitosis, identical daughter cells are produced, while meiosis, with the help of this method, sex cells like sperm or ovum is formed. Right. So in this, the number of chromosomes is also getting halved. Number of chromosomes is
Yes.
getting halved in this. Getting it, guys?
Mhm.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then you will ask, then what is binary fission then?
Sir. Sir, binary fusion is
Ahmed, can you please give me one example where binary fission, example of a binary fission in organism? I will give you a hint.
sir, Hydra.
No, not Hydra. Hydra does budding. The example you give now.
Sir,
Hydra.
amoeba
Amoeba.
and paramecium.
Paramecium. Good. So you have a unicellular organism called amoeba that does the process of binary fission. Getting it now?
Yes.
No, in binary fission also, let's say this is an amoeba here. Just suppose that this is amoeba. Okay. Suppose it is amoeba for a moment. So this parent amoeba is dividing into two daughter cells here.
Yes.
Two daughter cells here. Getting it now? So this is the first phase. In the second phase, the chromosome has started to replicate. Getting it now? Now the cell's shape has started to change in the third phase, that is beta phase, and then the cytoplasm is getting divided. The cell has started to constrict from
Yes,
the
sir.
middle, and then finally the cell detaches. Getting it? And the
Yes.
nucleus is
Yes,
also
sir.
divided here. So can't we see a difference here? This is actually a binary fission, is same as mitosis. Binary
Yes.
fission and in mitosis, the common thing is
Yes,
that
sir.
in both of them, identical daughters are produced. Identical cells are produced.
Hmm.
Yes, sir.
So what is the difference between them and what is the similarity? The question here lies. So the
Yes.
question is that, is there any similarity between binary fission and mitosis, and is there any differences between them, and if they are, what are they? The question here is that now binary fission is known to occur in prokaryotic cells.
Yes, sir.
Prokaryotic cells, while the mitosis is known to
Eukaryotic.
occur in eukaryotic cells.
Eukaryotic.
Okay. And eukaryotic cells and prokaryotic cells, what are they? You guys are, I hope, well aware of.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. So these are the new modern day cells, or these are basically the primitive cells.
Yes.
Right. So that is the difference
Yes, sir.
between them. And similarity between them is what? Talking about similarity.
Both the processes
Hmm?
produce similar daughter cells.
Exactly. So you get identical daughter cells. Right. That is a similarity between them, and that is a difference between them. Okay, so with this having been discussed, the chapter is now finished. Getting it?
Sir, approximately how much
Yes,
time
sir.
does it take for cell division?
For cell division, approximately how much time it takes place? Okay. Cell division, basically, it's not a very fast process. It is slow. In humans, particularly, it is slow rather than plants. Okay. It is not a very rapid process. Like you see, if a tissue is damaged, depending upon the level of damage, it might take from a few weeks to months. Getting it
Yes.
now? Okay. It's
Okay.
not like
Yes,
a
sir.
layer of cells, if they are damaged, it will grow overnight. Getting it now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it's also tissues take more time to repair while the cells take lesser time to repair, because cells are in individual numbers like 1, 2, 3 cells like this, but tissues are made up of
Yes.
millions of cells. Correct now?
Hmm.
Okay. So with this, the chapter finishes, and we have discussed the exercise part also. Okay. So
Yes, sir.
okay. Anyone of you who is having any confusion in the chapter, please do tell me here.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. Before starting the new chapter, please do tell me, guys, who was the scientist who discovered cell?
Sir Robert
Sir.
Hooke.
Robert Hooke. Good. Okay. And can you also tell me who was the scientist who discovered nucleus?
Sir Robert.
Uh-huh. Who discovered nucleus? That is the question. Anyone who can tell this to me?
Sir, his name starts from Robert.
Robert it starts from Robert. The first name is correct. Is it Robert? I will be giving you option. Okay. As was he Robert Leeuwenhoek, although the name is anyways, Robert Leeuwenhoek, or Robert Brown, or Robert Hooke? Mhm.
Sir Robert sir, the first one.
No, Robert Brown. It was the
Yes.
second one. It was Robert Brown who in the year 1804 discovered nucleus. Okay.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So when was cell discovered?
It was,
Or
I guess, in the
Robert?
year 1665, no?
Okay.
I hope 1665 was the year, right? I hope that was the year.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's start the new chapter today. The chapter we are going to start, that is sound. All right. Now,
Yes, sir.
sound. The chapter that we're going to start is sound, and what sound exactly is. Like sound, we can simply say that it is a form of energy. Getting it?
Yes.
So energy, it means what? Like whatever form of energy we see, it is due to movement now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
movement can be due to the motion of whole body, or it can be due to the movement of constituents of that body. What do I mean here? Like if I take example of a person who is hitting, who is punching a bag right now. So here
Yes.
the whole hand is applying, the whole body is applying force and and punching this bag here. So there's a flow of energy from the hand to this punching box, right? Now,
Yes, sir.
if I were to have a sample of air and I am heating it, there also I will observe that if I were to insert my hand here, just take a empty utensil, just take a
Yes.
empty utensil and start heating it. And if you were to insert your hand just in between this empty utensil, you will feel your harm. You will feel warm. Why is it
Yes.
so?
Yes.
Because there's motion in the air molecules here. The air molecules
Yes,
are in
sir.
motion now, right?
Yes.
So whenever we talked about energy, the word that should come into our mind is movement. Either the whole body will be moving, or either the components present inside that body will be moving. Getting it,
Yes.
guys?
Yes, sir.
Right now. So whether you are heating, you are basically increasing the rate of movement of constituents of that body. You are basically increasing the rate of movement of air molecules here. So air molecules have now gained energy via heating, and they are now colliding with each other and with the boundary of this utensil. Getting it, Ahmed, Arham, and Arhan?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So so in the same manner, sound is also produced. Sound is also
Due to
produced
vibration.
due to vibration. So whenever you are vibrating this piece of string, So this piece of string is able to produce motion. Why? Because this piece of string is colliding with the surrounding air molecules, and that's how
Yes.
sound is produced. Whether you have got a sitar, a tabla, or flute, or a harmonium, those those musical instruments, they produce sound because of vibration. And that vibration, what does it bring? It bring what?
Sound waves.
Yeah, it brings change in energy of
Yes.
air molecules, right?
Hmm.
So
Yes, sir.
vibration basically strikes the surrounding air molecules, and that produces sound. Is the basic concept clear to both of you and to all three
Yes,
of
sir.
you? Yeah. Yes, Ahmed.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's talk about the things which we are going to be covering in this chapter. Right. We will be talking about what is vibration movement. Okay, and then we will talk about, in the first part, we will also be talking about how sound is produced by humans. Okay, how we humans produce sound and how we humans hear the sound, both the things. Then how sound
Yes.
travels, what are the different um, components of sound, like what is the frequency of the sound, loudness of sound, right now, what is amplitude, what is pitch. Okay, the words are family, I hope. Like women have
Yes,
got
sir.
higher
Yes,
pitch,
sir.
you must have heard, right? Then what is
Yes.
higher frequency? What is the audible range of sound which we can hear? Like you can
Yes,
hear
sir.
the sound from 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz only. Getting it now?
Yes, sir.
From 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz only. Beyond that or below that, you won't be able to hear this sound. But there are some animals who can hear ultrasonic and infrasonic sounds as well. Getting it now?
Yes.
That's why sometimes we see them behaving in a different manner, right?
Yes.
Then what is noise, right? So
Mhm.
if the sound increases beyond the limit, then it is called as noise pollution. Okay. Then then what are the measures to control the noise pollution? Okay.
Hmm.
And the human ear, we will be talking it before all these topics. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So human ear should be somewhere here.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yeah.
Sir, as you said that sound is produced when there is a movement
Mm-hmm.
in its constituents. So when we punch in midair, so
Mm-hmm.
there is movements of oxygen particles, but there are no sound,
Exactly,
right?
exactly. The reason there is no. Suppose you have no got, what do you call as um whip. Yeah,
Hmm.
a whip. Take a whip and with very great force strike it in the air.
Yes, it produces a sound.
The tail will produce sound. Why? Because the speed at which it was struck, that was having some energy in it. That was more than the energy with which I am punching into open air. Getting it, guys?
Hmm. Okay. Yes,
That
sir.
is the reason here. Hope you got it.
Yes.
Okay, now let's start the chapter then with the basic question: what is sound? Okay, everyone give your own definitions. Give your definitions. Ahmed, first you explain what is sound.
Sound, uh, of
Uh-huh.
a voice.
So, Ahmed, please come close to your mic.
Um, say, is it now audible?
Yeah, you're audible now.
Uh, Sound to talk to other human beings.
Mm-hmm. You can just start by simple definition that sound is a form of energy,
Oh,
right now.
yes.
Okay. Arhan.
The sound is a vibration that require sound. So sound is produced by vibration and the energy amount, energy applied.
And energy applied. Yeah. Okay, what about you, Arham?
Sound is a type of energy which is caused by a movement. We can increase and decrease the amount of sound by increasing or decreasing the force.
Hmm. We can increase or decrease the amount of sound. Very good.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Hajra, assalamu alaikum. How are you? Yes. Am I audible to you, Hajra?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So, Hajra, we have now started a new chapter today. We have started the chapter sound, right?
Yes.
And we have just begun the discussions few minutes ago. Okay. So I posed the question that what do you guys understand by sound? Okay, everyone gave their definitions. Okay. If you have any idea, please try to define the sound. Just one line.
Sound.
Yeah. Like the simple thing about sound is that it is a form of energy. Getting it?
Yes, sir.
So we say that sound is a form of energy. Now, how is this sound being produced? You have got several instruments like this drum here, this guitar here, this fork here, right? So, for example, when you were to hit the membrane of this drum here, or you were to play a guitar, the string makes the sound there. Getting it now? And this tuning fork, the prong of this tuning fork, when it is vibrated, it is basically all these three instruments. They are basically hitting the surrounding air molecules. And when with great force the surrounding molecules are strike, then sound is being produced. So we say that sound is a form of energy that is produced when air molecules vibrate. Air molecules vibrate. No, there's one more question, guys. If the air molecules are vibrating, why different instruments sound different? In each case, air molecule is simply vibrating now. So
So
why
it depends
different
on the
instruments?
thickness of the material.
Depends on the material also, but it also depends
Yes, sir.
upon depends upon the pattern in which the air molecules are vibrating. Getting it now?
Yes.
Yes,
So
sir.
here, if you were to strike a drum or play a guitar, the air molecule will be struck in a particular way. So hence they will start vibrating in a particular pattern. So we can add
Yes.
one more thing. That sound is a form of energy that is produced when air molecules vibrate in a particular pattern. Guys, one of your mic is on. Please turn it off. Whenever I ask you questions, then keep it on. Okay. Getting it now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Now the question here is that is sound a wave or is sound a particle?
The wave.
Sound is a wave. So sound is a wave,
Wave.
not a particle. While when we study the concept of light, in order to understand some of the phenomena, we consider light as wave. In some phenomena, we consider it as particle. Right now.
Yes.
So when you are now, just I'm giving you a context of since I mentioned it here, I would like to complete that. So for example, if you were to study a reflection, yeah. So
Yes.
in reflection, now you will be
Yes,
creating
sir.
light as a wave. But if I were to study diffusion, yeah, or the
Yes, sir.
bending of light, then I have to consider a light as particle. Okay. Anyways, when we
Yes,
will
sir.
come to that chapter, we will be discussing that in detail. Okay.
Sir.
Now, if you were to be in space, imagine if you are in space, and from there, if you were to talk to your friends, to talk to your fellow astronauts, will you be able to talk directly into the medium, into the space, or will you be requiring
No,
special
sir.
machines?
The special machine.
Special
Since there are
machines.
no air and space.
Exactly. So what do we conclude from here? That sound needs a medium to travel,
Yes, sir.
right now. So one more thing can be added, that sound needs a medium to travel. Why is it so? Because the very basis of sound is that air molecules, when they are strike, then sound is produced. So since in space there is no air molecules, where's the question
Yes.
of sound being produced? Isn't it, Hajra, Arham, Arhan, and Ahmed?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So any body that can vibrate, it will be producing sound. Now the question is that how are we able to produce sound? We are able to produce sound because we have got a voice box in our throat that is called as pharynx or larynx. What do we call that?
Larynx.
Larynx, exactly. So human beings also have got a voice box. We will come to that in a moment. Here, have a look at some of the musical instruments and the part of that instrument that basically produces sound. Getting it? Like you have got strings and instruments
Yes,
like
sir.
harmonica, guitar, sitar. Then you have got
Yes, sir.
winds and brasses in which air molecules are struck across the boundary of the hollow pipe here. Then
Yes, sir.
percussions. Getting it now?
Yes, sir.
Sound
Okay.
from city.
Sound from striking two metal objects, two metal strings, right? Okay.
Yes,
Now the question is that how do humans produce sound? So humans have got a voice box in their throat that is larynx. Larynx is also called as voice box. And where
Yes,
is it
sir.
present? It is present in the upper throat, right now.
Esophagus.
Yeah, upper throat. And when the person reaches the age of puberty, especially in males, guys, one of your, will you please shut your mic off? Yeah, thank you. Okay, so especially in males now, you will see that this voice box, or that is larynx, grows when they reach the
Hmm.
age of adulthood, when they are at the age of puberty, and that is called as Adam's apple. You guys are well aware of, right?
Yes, that example.
Adam's apple,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Okay. So if you were to look at the structure of this larynx here, it has got two vocal cords. Yeah, it has got
Yes.
two vocal cords here. If you were to look
Yes,
close
sir.
at the image here, and in which you, what do you observe here? There is a narrow slit also between them now.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yeah. So this here is the narrow slit, right? And these here
Yes.
are the two vocal folds you are seeing here. Getting it now?
Yes, sir.
So this why this narrow slit air can pass now, as our
For
lungs now through
ventilation.
the air out of the windpipe. As the lungs throws the air out of the windpipe, it will pass through this slit, and while it is passing through that slit, it will allow the production of sound, as the vocal cords will here start to vibrate.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this structure which you are seeing, let me highlight it. This structure which you are seeing here, that is the vocal cord, and as the
Yes.
air will pass through this slit, since they are not suspended, they are not very rigid and attached, they are able to move freely. Getting it now?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so as the air passes, they start to vibrate, and hence in that manner sound is produced. Getting it now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now it starts to simply vibrate. Then
Yes, sir.
there's a role of vocal cord muscles also here in order to produce sound. Yeah, it's not entirely dependent on the flow of air. Air is flowing here, but this thyroid cartilage here, that is basically the muscle of this larynx here, that has also a role to play in here. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Now if you were to look at male, and if you were to look at a female, male and female, in them you will see now
Hmm.
the thickness and tightness are different. The thickness and
Yes, sir.
tightness of the larynx are different. Hence the thickness and tightness of the larynx will describe the quality of the voice of that person. Getting it?
Yes. Hmm.
So
Yes.
in males, the vocal cords are of 20 millimeter. This vocal cords here are of 20 millimeter, while in females it is 15 millimeter long. Getting it? While on the other hand, the children have got very short vocal lengths, right now. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So that is the reason we see different voice qualities in male, female, and in children's, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now in males, since it is more thicker, the voice is more heavy and
Yes.
broad. While in female, the
They are
pitch
high
of the sound
pitched.
is higher, high pitch. Good. Okay, so we have understood that how sound is being produced in the case of humans, right? Now let's talk about how sound travels in a medium, right? So how the
Yes.
propagation of sound takes place through a medium. As we already know that the basic thing required for sound to propagate is medium. The
Sound
medium could
waves.
either be solid, liquid, and gaseous,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Yes.
So from its source of production to the receiver in, sound will be always requiring a medium. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And
Yes, sir.
vacuum, why it cannot travel there? Because it does not have any medium to allow the transmission of sound, right?
Yes.
So here you have an example of a speaker, guys. Okay. The the membrane of the speaker here basically vibrates forward and backward, and that leads to generation of sound waves. Okay. And sound wave also travels in a specific fashion. It travels like this.
In a curved manner.
Yeah, in a curved
Yes,
manner
sir.
and in the form of contractions and relaxations. That is called as compression and rarefactions. Yeah,
Yes.
like this, like this. At some point, at some part of the wave, waves are more closer to each other. At some part, they are far away from each other. Why is it so?
Yes.
Because the source from which the sound is being produced here, if you take the example, the membranes
This
are
one
vibrating
contributes.
backward and then forward,
Yes, sir.
backward and then forward. That's the reason of production of this. So here you call it as contractions, and when they are far away from each other, that is called as rarefactions. Getting it, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we will say that waves or sound waves especially travels in the form of contractions and rarefactions.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
from the source of its origin. Source of its origin. Okay, now let's
Yes,
move
sir.
ahead then. Right, the same thing we discussed now, how it travels through a medium. Right. Okay, so the basic things we know that it needs medium because medium serves it the particles. Right.
Yes, sir.
The particles could either be of air, of water, or of some solid mass.
Solid.
Getting it now? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, in air, water, and molecules, the type of sound produced is different. Why? Because the molecules in them are packed differently.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, no. The type of sound produced in air, water, and solid is different because the molecules are packed differently. Hence, they will be producing different types of sounds. Getting it now? Okay.
Yes, sir.
As you already know, solids have got tightly packed particles in them. Hence, they will allow fast propagation of sound because the particles in them are close by each other right now.
Yes, sir.
Right. So suppose this is a solid object here. The particles are more closer to each other. Hence, the energy from one particle of the solid will be transferred to another particle more fast. Getting it now? So propagation
Yes,
of
sir.
sound is maximum in sound. Basically, speed is maximum in sound. Now let's have
Yes.
example of liquid and then gas. medium. So liquid, it is like this, while in gas, the particles are too far away from each other right now.
Yes.
Okay, so liquids
Yes,
here,
sir.
you see that they have got slightly loosely packed particles, and hence it takes a little more time for sound to travel in water right now. So
Yes.
speaking, communicating in water becomes difficult, right?
Yes.
While in
Yes, sir.
gas, they have got completely loose particles. So hence the sound will take most time, maximum time. Speed of sound will be, it will take maximum time. That means speed will be slower, most slower,
Yes.
slowest in case of gas, right? Now, if you were to calculate it, you will be now observing that sound will travel 4 times faster through water than the air, and sound will
Okay.
travel 13 times faster in solids than through the air.
So it's 10
The-
times more than
Yes, sir.
a liquid.
Yes, it is.
Yes,
10
sir.
times more than liquid.
Please speak loudly. Please come closer to mic.
That means the the sound waves in solids are 10 times more quicker than a liquid.
Okay, in comparison to liquid, yeah, that is also true, right? So you see, sound travels through water 4 times faster than the air, right? So water
Yes.
and then air. If the speed of propagation of sound in water is, let's say, x meter per second, in water it will be 4x meter per second, right now. And then you
Yes.
have this solid also. So it says that the sound through solids will travel 13 times faster than through the air. So it means what? It will be 13x,
Yes, sir.
13x meter per second, right? And in comparison to water, it is 10 times faster.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good. Now the question comes that we have talked about the way of propagation of sound, right? Now
Yes, sir.
let's talk about how our ears perceives the sound, how we humans are able to hear the sound.
Yes.
Yeah, so we have got an important organ, that is ear, right? So you
Yes.
see that sounds are basically produced as waves in air or any other medium,
Yes,
and
sir.
as these sounds travel to our ears, they will be converted into different form of energy. Getting it here?
Yes,
Like
sir.
here, the sounds are coming to our ear in the form of waves, but do
Yes.
our brain also gets this energy in the form of wave?
Yes.
No, our brain gets this sound in the form of electrical signal.
Yeah, through nerve cells.
Our brain via the ear gets this sound energy in the form of electrical signals. It means
Okay.
that this sound wave is being converted into electrical signals now,
Yes, sir.
because our brain cannot interpret the sound when it is in wave form. So it has to be converted into electrical signals. In fact,
Yes,
now
sir.
guys, whatever type of stimulus our body observe, whether you observe touch a hot object or a cold object, the message that is being transferred to the brain, or whether you observe pain, the message that is being transferred to the brain via the nerve cells, it is in the form of electrical signal. Getting it?
Yes, sir.
So here it is in form of sound wave, but as soon as it reaches our brain here, let's say here it has reached the brain, so it will have been converted into electrical signal. Yes, Hajra,
Yes.
Ahmed, Rahan, and Raham, are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. So as sound waves travels to our ears, it is converted into electrical signals. Okay, so that our brain can interpret it, right?
Yes.
so that our brain can interpret it. Getting it now?
Yeah.
Okay. And in order to do this, our brain have got special structures that allows this function, this conversion of energy from waves to electrical energy. Right. So we will be studying about each part of the ear here. Right. So our ear have been divided into three portions, guys. One is the outer ear. This is the outer ear.
Yes.
This much portion of the ear, it is called as middle ear. And then the inner ear. This is inner ear. And each
Yes.
of them have got different roles to play, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Right now. So outer ear, parts of ear, outer ear, then middle ear, and inner ear. Let's study
Yeah.
about them. The outer ear, which I am seeing here, it is simply this pinna. Yeah. So
Yes.
our ear, you see this structure here, that is simply called pinna. And if you were to divide it, it is called the upper portion of the pinna is called as earlobe, right? And sometimes the lower part of the ear is also called as ear pinna, earlobe or ear pinna also,
Yes.
right? In some
Yeah.
of the people, this ear pinna is suspended, while it is in some people it is attached,
Yes.
Yeah.
right? It is like this in some people, while in some people it is like this. Getting it what I'm trying to say,
Yes, sir.
right now. Okay. So outer ear is also called as pinna, P-I-double-N-A, pinna. Now, what is the function of this outer ear? The only function of the ears, many times some people jokingly ask that what is the function of this ear pinna? Hmm? Someone jokingly
Yes.
says that God gave this ear pinna so that people can wear goggles, wear spectacles. Yeah. How would they have attached the handles? Where would they place the handles on the face if the ear pinna was not there? Sometimes people jokingly say this, right?
Is it
But
used
the
for the sound waves to come inside the hole?
exactly. The function of the outer ear is to catch the sound wave and forward them to the next part of the ear. Getting it now?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Right. So first part is outer ear, that is also pinna. So its functions include it takes up the sound wave and propagates it further to the next part of the ear. That is to which, Hajra?
Yes, sir.
And propagates it to the middle part of the ear, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
To the middle ear. That is it. That is the function of the ear pinna. Nothing
Yes,
much right now. Then let's come
Yes,
to the
sir.
next part of the ear. That is the middle ear. Now the middle ear, now it will be converting that sound wave into vibrations. Meaning what? Like the sound waves that are coming there, it is already having some vibration in it. Further, the vibration is increased, and then it goes to the inner ear. It is same as if you were to blow air through a wide pipe and if you were to blow air through a narrow pipe, in which case you will observe that the sound is more
White pine.
wide pipe or the steep pipe. Huh?
White pipe.
Wide pipe. What if I were what if I were to construct the wide pipe like this? Yeah. Here
Yes.
the energy of the air molecules, whatever the energy it is having, further when it passes through it, the energy will be increased. The molecules of air will start to vibrate more. Why? Because now it starts to hit the boundary of this object here. Getting it what
Yes.
I'm trying to say here. So
Yes,
the
sir.
vibrations are going to increase. The vibrations
Yes.
are going to increase. Also here the surface area available to it, the
Mommy,
wall. the surface area available to the air molecules was much more. Basically, the volume was much more, while here the volume has decreased. So it has got constricted and the vibrations increased. So the function of the middle layer is to convert the sound waves into vibration.
Yes.
Middle ear, right now, it converts the sound waves into vibrations,
Yes.
and then these vibrations will travel to which part? Yes, Ahmed.
The
Sorry, sir.
eardrum.
Yeah, vibrations will travel to inner part of the ear. Okay, that basically starts from eardrum, as you see, right? Now,
Yes.
in the middle part, the parts that are present here is it starts basically from this eardrum. You see, that is this eardrum here, right now.
Yes.
So eardrum is what? It is simply a thin rubber-like sheet which is present in the middle ear, right? It can be
Yeah.
compared with the drum of a tabla, right now. So
Yes.
as the sound waves will now strike this eardrum, it will vibrate and the vibration will propagate to the inner ear, right now. So
Yes.
that is the thing here. The air molecules are striking from the constricted boundary, constricted surface here also. Later on,
Yes.
when it reaches the eardrum also, here, let's say this is eardrum, more vibrations are produced here. Getting it?
Yes. Yes, sir.
So it acts like a tabla here, the membrane of the tabla, right? And then the
Yes.
vibrations are further transferred to the inner part. Hope the first two parts are clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then you have got the inner
Yes.
ear, the third part of the ear. That is also called as cochlea. 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 Now, this is the innermost part of the ear. Now it receives the vibration that is being sent by the eardrum, right?
Yes.
And in the cochlea, you will see there's a liquid substance. In the cochlea, there's a liquid substance in it.
Yes.
Getting it here. So the liquid substance that comes out of your ear, that is actually coming from the innermost part of the ear, right now, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is containing a liquid substance, and the vibrations that enter the inner ear moves through this liquid. The vibrations have to
Yes,
move
sir.
through this liquid. And also, you see there are tiny hairs present also inside the inner ear.
Yes,
Inside
sir.
the inner ear, there are tiny hairs present in there. So now what these tiny ears does? They will help in turning these vibration into signals for the brain, and then it passes to the brain through the nerve here. Which nerve here I'm talking about? This nerve here which you are seeing here.
Yes,
This
sir.
is called as hearing nerve. Okay, so let's
Yes.
talk in detail about the third part of the ear. What did we call it? What was the another name?
Inner
Ahmed,
ear.
Hajra. Ahmed and Hajra, the question is to you. What do you call inner ear also as? What was the another name? Yes, cochlea, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So the functions basically includes to receive the vibration sent by the what?
The outer ear.
Eardrum, the middle ear, no? Eardrum
Yes.
receives the vibration sent by eardrum,
Yes, sir.
right? So this is the ear here, right now,
Yes, sir.
and this is the ear canal here. Then comes the middle part. This is the middle part where there is eardrum. So waves are coming here, the sound waves are coming here. Now here, when it reaches the eardrum, okay, it is now converted into vibrations.
Yes.
Now these vibrations reaches the next part of the ear, that is the inner ear, right now.
Yes.
And we studied that in the inner ear there's a liquid present also. So the
Yes.
vibrations now have to travel through that liquid. Okay, and then further there are hairs also, tiny hairs are also present inside the ear, inside the inner ear. And those
Yes, sir.
tiny hairs helps in converting the vibrations into signals for the brain,
Yes.
guys. And then it passes to the brain through the hearing nerve. Getting it
Yes,
now?
sir.
I hope so far it's clear.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So the, yes, it goes through the brain via the hearing nerve,
Hearing now.
right? So receive the vibration sent by the eardrum, then the vibration passes
Liquid.
through liquid. Okay, then what happens to the vibration?
It goes to
Vibration
the hearing now.
vibration passes through tiny hairs,
Yes.
tiny hairs, right? Okay, and what
Yes.
does the hair does? The hair transfers them into signal,
Yes, sir.
converts them into signal, converts them into signal,
So,
right?
so the
And
eardrum
this,
and the liquid and the hair are doing the same job, right?
they are doing
Turning
the
it
same
into
job.
signal.
The eardrum is converting the waves into vibration, right now. Then the in the
Yes.
inside the inner ear, these vibrations passes through the liquid. Basically from vibration, from sound waves it is converted into vibration, and from vibration it is being converted into signals, the
Signals.
electrical signals which we talked about in the beginning. So
Yes,
here
sir.
converts them into signal. What signal? Electrical signal. And this electrical signal via the hearing nerve goes to the brain,
Yes.
goes to brain. So that is simply the summary of the three parts of the inner ear. Any confusions in this?
No, sir.
Okay.
No.
Now, are we able to observe this whole process that goes inside our ear?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No,
It's very
we are not
fast.
able to process it because it happens so quickly that we are not able to notice it. Getting
Yes,
it
sir.
now? Right. Now, what happens here? If let me quickly summarize it. The wave was converted into vibration, then vibration was converted into signal. This signal went
Yes.
to where? Yes, Hajra, it went to brain right now.
Brain.
Then
Yes,
brain
sir.
again converted, brain will interpret it as sound,
Yes.
right now. So this is how sound travels to our ear. Getting it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any confusions to anyone? Please do tell me.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. 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 So wait for 1 or 2 minutes, guys. One important thing, do send your midterm exam syllabus on the
Yes,
official
sir.
Learnivio WhatsApp group. The midterm exam syllabus, all of you send it on there, right?
Yes, sir.
Sir, I'm not in the official Learnivio group.
Okay, you're not there. Okay, so just send on the number from where you get your class links. All right.
Sir, I also not in the thing.
You're also not there.
No.
Okay, okay. Just send on the number from which you guys get your class links. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. And just Hajra, do tell me something like where have you been living? And I mean, currently you are here in India or in Saudi Arabia or different country, like, and where particularly in which school you are admitted to. You guys can leave Arham and Arhan. Okay.
Yes, sir. Allah
Yeah.
Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz, sir.
Allah Hafiz. Yes, yes, Hajra. Am I audible?